We will continue today. Last class, today also will not need the module. Today also will need my PDF itself. Now listen to me. Last class, I told you how to apply KVL to the circuit, correct? Normal KVL. Now today's class, we'll learn how to get the circuit from the question. Also, we will learn to get the answer. Also, we will learn something called as Wheatstone network. Okay, now look at the screen. So the question is here. Everyone look at the screen. Two batteries. This is how the question will be framed in the exam. Okay, now listen. Two batteries of 7 volt and 13 volt and internal resistance 1 and 2 ohm respectively are connected in parallel. Now, whenever they give you such a statement, listen to this. See this. This is the answer. But whenever you are getting such a question, what you need to do is two batteries, 7 volt. So you have to draw one battery. You have to draw it like this. Okay. Listen to me carefully. And one more battery is how much? So two batteries, one battery is 7 volt, other battery is 13 volt, and internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm. So internal resistance, always draw it next to the negative terminal. And what is the internal resistance? 1 ohm and 2 ohm. Okay, are connected in parallel. So they are connected in parallel. Now this is the diagram for the first three lines. Did you understand? This is the diagram for the first three lines. What are the first three lines given as? Two batteries. Have I taken two batteries? Correct. 7 volt and 13 volt. Then internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm are connected in parallel with the resistance of 12 ohm. Means these two batteries are connected in parallel to a resistance of 12 ohm. Now what I am doing is I am finding the circuit from the wording. I am finding the circuit from the wording. Find the current through each branch of the circuit. Now stop. Whenever you're constructing the circuit, remember how many voltage sources have you drawn? Everyone on the screen, check. How many voltage sources have you drawn? Two. Therefore, the first voltage source will give you current I1. The second voltage source will give you current I2. Remember, no one is going to tell you how to draw the circuit and mark the current. Okay. Now, this is I1, which will go down. At this point, can I say I1 and I2 meet? Therefore, can I say going down, it will become I1 plus I2. It will not become I3 because there are only two voltage sources. Therefore, I will have only two currents. Therefore, can I say current passing through this will be I1 plus I2 itself. Now look at the screen. Stop. Look at the screen. Each branch can have only one current and each branch can have only one direction. See whether it is satisfied. This branch has only one current and one direction. This branch has only one current and one direction. This branch has only one current and one direction. One direction. Now I have to find current in each branch. Now current in each branch means I have to find I1, I have to find I2, I have to find I1 plus I2. Correct? Means I have to find three things. And also I have to find the potential difference across the 12 ohm resistance. Tell me, what is the formula for potential difference across the 12 ohm resistance? Anyone? What is the formula for potential difference across the 12 ohm resistance? Tell me the formula. V is equal to
IR.
IR. But I is not, what is I?
I1 plus I2.
I1 plus
There is nothing called
I1 plus I2.
Can I say V is equal to IR? What is that I? That I will be I1 plus I2. So can I say V is equal to I1 plus I2 into R? Correct. Now see here what you have drawn on the screen. Listen to me carefully. What you have drawn on the screen is the circuit, which is the question. Now what I will do is, now I will mark it as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Then listen. Then I'll apply KVL to any two loops. I'll apply KVL to any two loops. How many loops are there? There are 5 loops. One is ABEFA, or one is FABFA, clockwise, counterclockwise. One is the outer loop, one is the lower loop. You can take any two loops. Listen to me carefully. You can take any two loops. You can get two equations. From those two equations, you have to find current I1 and I2. From that, you have to find the answer. Now, the problem with these questions is questions in the JEE exam will be very easy, but it will be time consuming. Because if the same question comes in the JEE exam, first you have to draw the circuit. You have to apply KVL to two loops. You have to get two equations. Two equations will not be direct. You will have to do multiplication, division, lot of things. Then you will get I1 and I2, which most of the time will be in fractions. And then you'll have to get the answer. So you will ultimately get the answer. If it is a board exam question, it will come for 3 marks, but JEE question will come only for 1 mark. The thing is, in JEE, it will be time consuming, but you should be very quick with applying KVL. Now, understood the question, understood how do you draw the diagram from the question. Yesterday, what we did, last class, what we did was starting from the circuit directly. Means last class, I directly showed you this circuit and I told you apply KVL to this circuit. Now, today I showed you how do you get the circuit from the question. Now, please look at the circuit because most of the questions will come in the same wording. Okay, most of the questions will come in the same wording. And to be fair for all, Siddesh is asking, can you repeat about the direction of current? One direction, how quickly the night changes. Okay, Siddesh, now listen to this. The second loop, what you take, always take the outer loop. The second loop that you take, always take the outer loop. It will be simplified. Right, now listen to me. Most students will take loop 1 and loop 2. You, as a shortcut, always take one of your loops as the outer loop. It will simplify a lot of things. You can take any two loops for your simplification, or many times what students do, they take one loop, they take second loop, and they take the complete loop. They get 3 equations. From those 3 equations, they pick out the easiest 2 equations and continue. You can also do that. But let me give you a small hint. Most of the times, the top loop and the outer loop will be the equations. But you can take top loop and bottom loop, top loop and outer loop, bottom loop and outer loop. Understood? Anyhow you want, you can take it. Ultimately, answer will come the same. Siddesh, now coming to your question, and this is also the question for many people. How do you know the direction of current in the circuit? Can anyone answer that question? How do you know which current direction is there in the circuit? Can I say it goes from positive terminal? Can I say away from the positive terminal is the direction of current, positive to negative outside the circuit. Now, if I say apply KVL to the loop AFEBA, you have to go against the direction or whatever. Do you understand? Now, I want all of you to listen to this. Draw the circuit, and we will do one thing. This is also your. Okay, now we will get the answer. I want all of you to get this circuit and mark it also this way. How do you mark it? Stop, look at the screen. I want you to mark it like this. A, B, C, D, E, F. I want you to mark it like this. Then all of us will do the analysis of the same loops so that I can show you the same answer. Okay, don't do different later on at home. Now, look at the question again and do the circuit on your own. Try to do the circuit on your own. And tell me once you're done. Then we'll do the KVL analysis after that start.
Yes, sir, can you say why you took resistance parallel with the battery? The
Parallel.
batteries are parallel, no? Then you have taken resistance also parallel.
They're connected in parallel with the resistance. Now, how else do you connect? You are saying, how do you know that resistance also is in parallel? Correct. Now, how do I draw a resistance which is parallel to both the batteries? Think, which is other combination? Can I draw like this? No. Can I draw like this? No. I am forced to draw like this. That is the. I am left with the only option. Understood. That is why they have not mentioned. I understood your question that they have not mentioned that the resistor is in parallel. But the thing is, that is the only combination that is left. Otherwise, there is no other combination.
Okay.
Finished? Now your answer should be like this. See, your answer can be anyhow, okay? But I'm telling for today's class, we will all go in the same manner. Okay, means we will all mark the same circuit, we'll all analyze the same loop so that everyone gets the same answer. Otherwise, you will solve one thing, I will solve one thing. Can we get this answer now? Everyone got this circuit? In your exam, you can label it however you want. Okay. Now, I will give you the name of a loop. Can you apply KVL to that loop? It is the same loop that we have done in the last class. Now we'll see what they have done in the textbook. They have taken the loop A, E, F, B, A. Stop. Look at the screen. They have taken the loop A, E, F, B, A. Can I say they have taken the outer loop? Now remember one thing. Tomorrow I might be there or not be there, but remember one thing. The outer loop has to be taken because that loop will simplify your answer. And many times students go against that and they take equation 1 as the top loop, equation 2 as the bottom loop. You will definitely get the answer with that also, but you will struggle a lot with that answer. Okay, fine. Now start. A, E, F, B, A. Start and tell me what is the equation that you get. I hope I don't need to explain KVL again. You know the laws and you can get the equation. Okay. Don't put the equation in the message box. Just reply done if you have got the loop A, E, F, B, A. Okay, Devansh, very good. Everyone, tell me what is the answer that you're getting for. Okay, Aniket, done. Malhar, Sumitra, okay. Okay, listen. Tell me, are you getting this as your answer, everyone? Yes or no? Check. Can you rewrite this to like this and mark it as equation 1? Can everyone come to equation 1? Can everyone come to equation 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Kim, to equation 1? Okay, now everyone look at me and look at the screen. Everyone, can you start analysis of this loop and come to equation 2? Do that first. Do the same loop.
Yes.
Okay, do the same loop and come to equation 2. And if you are done with 1 and 2, follow the steps and tell me if you can get it. It's just I want you to be in the same page as the textbook. Not literally, but I want you to understand what they have done. You can do it in 100 other ways, but I want you to do it in this particular way right now. Sharvari, we don't struggle in making the circuit. It is easy. It is direct. Can we continue?
Yes, sir.
Everyone getting equation 1 and 2?
Yes.
Now see, numbers will change. Okay, see here. Numbers will change. Logic will remain the same. You have to get two equations, solve two equations, you will get one value, either I1 or I2. Put that value in some other equation, you will get I2. Then add I1 and I2. Why do we need to add I1 and I2? Because you have to find current in each branch. And current in branch 3 is I1 plus I2. Therefore, the total current, this will be the option, 0.7. Now, I'll tell you one thing. In the exam, the total current 0.7, can you say 0.707 is 1 by root 2? Think about it. What is the value of 1 by root 2? 0.707, think. Therefore, if the option is 1 by root 2, almost the answer is 0.7. Okay, so the answer will not be given like this. The answer will be given root 2, 1 by root 2, and something else. So you should get the answer 1 by root 2, approx. Understanding what I'm saying? So answer format might be different, but everyone should get 0.7 at least as the total current I1 and I2. Can I get current as negative? Yes, you can definitely get current value as negative. Okay. Should I consider the negative sign while adding and subtracting? Yes, you will have to consider the addition and negative sign while subtracting.
So we have to subtract both the equations.
Someone is
1
saying
and 2.
something?
Do we have to subtract both the equations, equation 1 and 2?
You can do anything. You can multiply a number, you can add it, or you can get a common factor, all that. But by default, here they have done subtractions. See, you can do in your own way. Okay, ultimately you have to get the answer 0.7. I'm telling you, follow the same steps so that everyone gets the same answer together. Now, can you understand this one? Okay. Say yes, no, something. Okay, fine.
Yes,
Can we
sir.
go to the next one?
Yes.
Any doubt? See, most of the problems will be permutation combination of this problem. Okay, start. Okay, next one. Only the question I'm displaying. Do the circuit, don't label ABCD, just do the circuit and keep. Then I will show you what to label and I will only tell you which loop to analyze. Okay, don't go ahead. Now your intention or now your work is just to draw the circuit from the question. Start. Now your work is to just draw the circuit from the question. And the more questions you solve, more you will realize that same format. Okay, all of them have the same format. Can you say you got this answer? Check. Did you get this circuit?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
everyone label it as
Yes, sir.
like this. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, mark it like this. So that we can get the same loop. Mark it like this. A, B, C, D, E, F. Mark it. Now please make sure that direction of current also are marked properly. Check your circuit. Same like the previous one. Now, which two loops they are analyzing is A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Start. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Start applying KVL to the loop. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Aniket, even the last loop was in the last class. Both the loops are in this. But in the last class, you directly started from this circuit. In this class, you got the circuit from the question. Now the loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Okay, everyone confirm whether you are getting this answer. Finally.
Yes, sir.
Simplify and get equation
Yes.
1. Any doubt, let me know. Actually, you will get this answer first. Okay, now, people who have finished this, look at the screen once. Okay, just once look at the screen. All of you. Apply KVL to this loop, B, C, D, E, B, and tell me if you are getting equation 2 like this. So I want you to get equation 1 and equation 2. Start the same way. Now, if you can continue and tell me if you're getting this answer 11 by 18. They have written step by step what they have done. Remember, you have to get this within 2 minutes, okay? Full, from the circuit till the last step. That is the challenge. Otherwise, the question is easy. If If I give you 10 minutes for this question, you can get the answer. The trick is not getting the right answer. The trick is to get the answer fast. For that, your math has to be very strong. This is more of math than physics. Because after you get equation 1 and 2, it depends how good your math is.
Sir, in this question, we are getting 10I1 plus 8I2 equals to 6 and 8I1 plus 10I2 equals to 5. We can just add both the equations and 18 will come out as the common factor. So we will get the total current as well 11 by 18.
Correct. That is your JW method. For that, the option has to be the 11 by 18. If the option is in decimal, then you will do it. But yeah, what you are saying is correct. What you are doing is direct solving of two equations.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very much good. In fact, that is appreciated in JW. True. Good. For people who have not understood, leave it now. In the corresponding module, you will learn that method. Okay. You don't need, what he is saying is you don't need to multiply equation 1 and 2 by any number. You can directly do a mathematical operation and get the answer. That will come later. And you go to the next one, all of you getting it. Now do it aram se. Now don't try to do it within 2 minutes. I'm telling you the exam, we should get it in 2 minutes. Okay. Now try to understand the logic. Then with practice, increase your speed. Okay. Yes. No. Okay. Next. Sure. Now this question is a bit different. We have done this circuit in the last class also. I don't know how many of you remember this circuit. This circuit is not like the previous two questions. It is connected to two resistors which are joined in parallel. So the understood? Don't see the wordings like the previous problem. Remember last class we analyzed this circuit. Now try to see the wordings and get the circuit. Don't label anything as ABCD. Just get the circuit with the direction of current. Start. Okay, now listen, the circuit is here. And cell of EMF 3 volt and internal resistance 4 ohm. Therefore, can I say a cell of EMF 3 and internal resistance 4 is connected to, listen to this, is connected to two resistance joined in parallel. That means this is connected to two resistance joined in parallel like this. Or in the more fancy way to draw it is this. Chitra, did you understand now? So a cell is connected to two resistances. The two resistances are in parallel and connected back. Now last class, if you remember, we had done all permutation combination of KVL. Now in this class also, tell me first, did you get the circuit like this? All of you. It is not same as the previous two questions. Okay. Now mark it exactly what they have marked it. K, L, M, N, N dash, O, P, Q. Mark the circuit like this. Then I'll tell you on which loop you need to do KVL. In fact, from the diagram itself, we'll come to know from which loop you will do. Just check. They have put arrow mark. Can you see this? So I'll write which two loops you need to do KVL. Okay, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, K. So first one is apply KVL to this loop. And the second loop is M, N dash. Apply KVL to these two loops and tell me what are the equations you're getting 1 and 2. Start. Okay, don't go to continue with the answer. Numbers might change. I told you to the first two to get some understanding. Now just tell me if you're getting equation 1 and equation 2 correct. Just tell me that much. Don't continue. Because we'll have to do it. We'll have to do many problems from the module also. I just want to make sure you're used to solving equations. Tell me, equation 1 and equation 2. Getting it as it is.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, can you show the solution once?
Any doubt? Keep your camera on. Everyone.
Sir, the solution.
The previous slide you want to see?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm getting this as plus 4I1 plus I2.
Equation 1 or equation 2?
Equation 1.
Equation 1, tell me, where are you getting? What are you getting?
Plus 4. Rest I got it. Only for the 4I got it wrong.
So you're getting I1 term wrong or I2 term wrong?
Sir, I took directly as plus 4I1 plus 4I2.
It is inside the bracket. No? So it will be minus 4I1 minus 4I2. That bracket I1 plus I2, if you open, this minus sign will go inside the bracket also.
Sir, like the direction is same, na, so it will be positive.
Direction is
Okay,
same.
sir, got it, sir.
Direction is same, so it will be negative, no? Not positive.
Yeah, got it, sir.
Can we show the question? Question.
Want to see the question?
Yes. Sir, that wordings. Done, sir. Thank you.
Now, the next topic that we do is Wheatstone network. You might have heard this word in so many chapters, but you could not have solved the circuit because we had not done Wheatstone network. Now, Wheatstone network is the most common network in part 2. What is it? How do we analyze? All that I will tell you. But first, listen to me. Wheatstone network is actually used to measure the value of unknown resistances. Okay, main thing. Why do we use a Wheatstone network? To find the value of unknown resistances mainly. And one application of Wheatstone network is meter bridge. If you have heard of this device called meter bridge. One more application of Wheatstone network is potentiometer. If you have heard of this device called potentiometer. But I will tell you how does a Wheatstone bridge look like. Okay, please look at the screen. If you look at any YouTube videos from North India, they'll call it the Kaju Katri diagram. It is not Kaju Katri diagram. It is a much more complicated diagram than that. I use 4 resistances, but I use actually 5 resistances. I'll tell you how. See, I use a single supply. Please listen to me carefully. I use a single supply. Therefore, from my previous examples, you will know that if there is only one supply, there is only one current in the circuit, correct? If there is only one supply, there will be only one current in the circuit, which will be I. So, I will draw a circuit like this, like a kite, Kaju Katri, what we call it. P, Q, R, S. There is a lot of debate about the wordings of the Wheatstone network. Many times by changing the wording, you get different answers. But from your HSC point of view, you have to write the wordings as like this, okay? Means P, Q, R, S. Because all our formula are based on this particular formation, okay? So I've taken a resistor P, I've taken a resistor Q, I've taken a resistor R, I've taken a resistor S. Listen to me carefully. Look at me. So I have 4 terminals A, B, C, D. Now all 4 terminals I have to put to work. I have to put to work means I have to connect them to something. So these 2 terminals I connect to power supply and the other 2 terminals I connect to the galvanometer. Or I can connect these 2 to the supply and these 2 to the galvanometer, even that is correct. So any 2 terminals should be connected to galvanometer and any 2 terminals should be connected to power supply. This network is called Wheatstone network. Let me repeat. I have a single power supply. I have a key. Key is nothing. Key is just to start. So main thing is supply. And I have 4 resistances P, Q, R, S. Over here. Now imagine all 4 junctions have to be put to use. So by default, I take A and C and I connect them to supply, and I take B and D and connect them to the galvanometer. You can do vice versa also. Now, let me apply KVL. I have not applied KVL. Let me apply the current logic. So can I say current coming out of this will be I? Can I say at this point, everyone listen to me carefully, at this point, current will split into I1 and I2. Current will split into I1 and I2. Therefore, can I say the first equation that I get in my Wheatstone network, the first equation that I get in my Wheatstone network will be I is equal to I1 plus I2. Do you agree with this? This is one of the first equations I get in my Wheatstone network because over here, my current I splits into I1 and I2. Now, I1 goes on top, I2 comes over here, and the current which is going through the galvanometer, let me take it as IG. What does IG stand for? IG stands for current passing through the galvanometer. Now listen to me carefully. I1 was coming here. Out of that, IG went over here. According to KCL, what is the current that is remaining? Current entering should be equal to current leaving. What is current entering this node? I1. What is current leaving this node? Current leaving this node also should be I1, but IG is already leaving. Therefore, can I say I1 minus IG should be current coming out from here to satisfy KCL? If I apply KCL to this node, please look at me. If I apply KCL to this node, tell me what is the current entering this node? Can I say current entering this node is I1? What is current leaving this node? IG plus I1 minus IG, correct? IG over here and I1 minus IG. Therefore, can I say current entering is also I1? Current leaving is also I1, total current. Therefore, did you understand why did I write I1 minus IG over here? Now come down.
Yes, sir.
I2 goes over here. Now look at this. I2 goes over here. IG comes over here. Therefore, total current over here is I2 plus IG. Therefore, total current leaving this node also should be I2 plus IG. Now, my intention is, did you understand this current and this current? Now, tell me at this point, what is the total current entering? Tell me at this point, what is the total current entering? From this side, it is I1 minus IG. From this side, it is I2 plus IG. Therefore, can anyone tell me what is the total current coming out?
I1 plus
I1 plus I2.
I1 plus I2.
I1 plus I2, but I know that I1 plus I2 is I. I have just told you before, I1 plus I2 is I. Therefore, can I say they are right in telling this? Therefore, can I say
Yes.
current entering the Wheatstone network is same as current leaving the Wheatstone network? Internally, it gets divided however it wants. But current entering is I, current leaving also is I. Remember, every node has to follow KCL also. Every node has to follow KCL also. I will explain once more because it is very important. Okay. And after that, you try to do the same circuit without C. Okay. I just want you to know what current flows in the circuit. Therefore, let me start. I take A, B, C, D. In that, I take P, Q, R, S as resistors. And I connect galvanometer between any two terminals and I connect a power supply between any two terminals. Now, since there is only one power supply in the circuit, I can have only one current in the circuit, that is main current I. Now, that main current I splits into I1 and I2. That I1 current, some of it goes to the galvanometer, which is called IG. Therefore, remaining current will be I1 minus IG. Therefore, if I apply KCL at this particular point, it will obey KCL because total current entering is I1. Total current leaving will be IG plus I1 minus IG also will be I1. Now, if I analyze point D, total current entering is I2 plus IG. Therefore, total current leaving also is I2 plus IG. Now, analyze point C. What is total current entering point C? Total current entering point C is I1 minus IG plus I2 plus IG. IG and IG will cancel. I am left with I1 plus I2. And I1 plus I2 is nothing but I. And the circuit closes. This is called a Wheatstone network. My question to you is, can you do the same? Now see the wordings. It is directly from your new textbook. Just check. Okay, I'm not telling you to write. Just understand what they have written. So your 12th standard work also becomes easier. 4 resistances P, Q, R, S are connected to form a quadrilateral ABCD as shown in the figure. Easy. Now, a battery of EMF E along with a key is connected between the points A and C such that the point A is at a higher potential with respect to C. A is at a higher potential with respect to C. I can keep it other way also. Now, a galvanometer of internal resistance G is connected between the points B and D. So between the points B and D, galvanometer is connected. Between the points A and C, battery is connected. I have a quadrilateral ABCD. Next page, I will connect the resistors also. Did you understand the construction of a Wheatstone network? I am not telling you to write the construction because it's self-explanatory. Can you try to draw this without seeing Wheatstone network with flow of current, proper flow of current? Can you start? Start right on the side heading Wheatstone network and draw this circuit. Try to keep the same notation as on the screen because all my problems are based on this notation. Okay. All my future problems, when I say P, it is always this resistor. When I say Q, it is always this resistor. So you also try to do it the same way. Start.
Sir, can you spell the topic's name? Yes, sir, got it. Thank you.
K is the key. You don't need to draw that key. It is fine. Finish drawing the circuit with the direction of current.
Sir, 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 what is that epsilon naught? What is that epsilon naught on the battery?
It is E, current. It is EMF, E.
E, okay.
EMF, E.
Okay, sir.
Can I start with the analysis? Now listen to this. Apply. See here. Can I say this is my main equation of Wheatstone I is equal to I1 plus I2? So below the circuit, write down. Main equation is I is equal to I1 plus I2. Write down. Main equation is I is equal to I1 plus I2. Now listen to me. Apply KVL. Everyone listen to me. Apply KVL to the loop A, B, D, A and tell me what do you think is the answer. Start. Apply KVL to the loop A, B, D, A and tell me what is the answer. Shall I start? See here. Anyone wants to volunteer or shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer?
Sir, can I try?
Yes, you can try.
So from A to B, since it is in the same direction, so negative minus PI1.
Minus I1 in. Okay.
Then from B to D, there is nothing. No, sorry,
stop.
from B to D, since it, yeah, it is there. IG is there. Same direction minus IG.
Now, is minus Ig a voltage term or is it a current term? Is minus Ig a voltage term or a current term? Can I say it's a current term? And in KVL, each term should be a voltage term. In KVL, each term should be a voltage term. So can I say by writing Ig or violating KVL? Because it should be voltage. So can anyone help her? What should be the answer? So Sharwar, it is correct. Just that you have to put minus Ig into G because galvanometer's internal resistance is G. Therefore, can I say minus IgG? That is current
Yes,
into
sir.
resistance.
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood what I did? Everyone understood that this also has to be taken as a resistor G. 1 minute. Minus I1P minus IgG. Shall we continue?
Then from D to A, since the direction is opposite, the sign will be positive. So plus I2S
Plus I2S is equal
equals
to
to
0.
0.
Everyone got this? Now, I can write it in a better way. Better in the sense I just have to rearrange it. Now, look at the screen and tell me if all of us have got this answer. All of us has got this answer. Check. I'm going according to the textbook so that you follow it when you read it. Okay. Now, apply KVL to the loop B, C, D, B. Apply KVL to the loop B, C, D, B. Apply KVL to the loop B, C, D, B. Start. Apply KVL to the loop B, C, D, B. Anyone wants to try? What is KVL in the loop BCDB?
Minus in bracket I1 minus IG into Q
Okay. Who's going
plus
for it? Who's going for it? I cannot see.
Malha.
Okay, start. So B to C, I'm going with the direction. So minus. Okay, continue.
Minus I1 minus IG into Q
Minus I1 minus IG into Q. Okay.
plus I2 plus IG in bracket into R
Plus I2 plus IG into R. Okay.
plus IG into G is equal to 0.
Plus IG into G equal to 0. Everyone agreeing with this statement? So look over here. Tell me, are you getting these three equations? This is for the loop ABDA and this is for the loop BCDB. I want you to write it exactly like this. Getting it? Now, hear me out. Hear me out. We have something called balanced Wheatstone network or balancing condition. What is it called? Balanced Wheatstone network or balancing condition of a Wheatstone network. Now, what is balanced condition? Balanced condition is, listen to me, VB is equal to VD. Think about it. VB equal to VD. This is the balancing condition in terms of voltage. Means I keep the potential at B equal to potential at D. Tell me what happens if I keep VB equal to VD. Tell me what happens. Can I say if VB equal to VD, there is no potential difference because both are at the same potential. And if there is no potential difference, can I say the current through the galvanometer is 0? Because both are at the same potential, can I say current through the galvanometer is 0? So listen to me. What is the balancing condition? If they ask you, balancing condition in terms of voltage is VB equal to VD. What happens? If potential is same, there is no potential difference. If potential is same, there is no potential difference. And if there is no potential difference, IG, that is current flowing through the galvanometer, will be 0. Correct? Therefore, listen to this, what they have written. They have written balancing condition for Wheatstone network. What is the condition for balancing? The condition for balancing is IG equal to 0. Now, in the textbook, they have directly written IG equal to 0, but you should know how can IG become equal to 0. When does current through the galvanometer become 0? When VB and VD are kept at the same potential and there is no potential difference. That time I can say that IG is equal to 0. So the main condition is IG equal to 0. Now, I want all of you to substitute IG equal to 0 in loop 1, that is A, B, D, A, and IG equal to 0 in loop 2, and tell me the updated equation 3 and 4. Means in equation 1, put IG equal to 0 and tell me updated equation 3. And in equation 2, put IG equal to 0 and tell me updated equation 4. I have highlighted in green what you will get if you put IG equal to 0. That is in the textbook, you will get equation 9.6 and 9.7. Check whether you're getting that. Check whether you're getting that balancing condition. Aniket, no, galvanometer is random, it will point in any, it's just a notation, okay, Aniket? are you getting the same equation 9.6 and 9.7? Are you
Yes.
getting the same equation 9.6?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now listen to this. If I1P is equal to I2S, that is my equation, updated equation when Ig equal to 0, and I1Q is equal to I2R, correct? This is my second updated equation. Now, if I divide these two equations, can I say I1 will cancel from LHS and I2 will cancel from RHS? I am left with P by Q is equal to S by R. Now, this is the main condition for balancing of a Wheatstone bridge. Stop, listen to me. If I ask you what is the condition for balancing in terms of voltage, what you will tell me? VB equal to VD. If I ask you what is the balancing condition in terms of current, you will tell me IG equal to 0. If I ask you what is balancing condition in terms of resistor, you will tell me P by Q is equal to S by R. So whenever you see the bridge is balanced, or whenever you see the resistors are in this ratio, listen to me carefully. Whenever in the question resistors are in this ratio, P by Q is equal to S by R. Now P by Q is equal to S by R means upper ratio is equal to lower ratio. Understood? P by Q is equal to S by R. Therefore, in future, look at the screen. In future, if you see any problem, first check the ratio of the resistor P by Q and S by R. If the ratio is same, that means current through the galvanometer is 0. That means the bridge is balanced. So don't go to analyze. Okay, many times they give you a balanced Wheatstone bridge. Now, how do you understand that the bridge is balanced? Looking at the question, do this divided by this. Do this divided by this. If the ratio is same, that means Ig is equal to 0, bridge is balanced. Is it easy? Okay, therefore now write down. The balancing condition for voltage Kinnari is VB equal to VD. That is potential at B equal to potential at D. Potential at B equal to potential at D. That is the balancing condition for voltage. And this is also your derivation for your 12th standard. This is also your concept for Wheatstone and balancing of Wheatstone. Do you understand this? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
P by Q is equal to S by R. P by Q is equal to S by R. Got it? Now, if I ask you what is balancing condition in terms of voltage, the balancing condition in terms of voltage will be VB equal to VD. Balancing condition in terms of current, IG equal to 0. And balancing condition with respect to resistance, P by Q is equal to S by R. You should know balancing condition with respect to all three. Okay. Therefore, in terms of voltage, it is VB in terms of current, in terms of resistance. Got it?
Sir.
Can we go to the problems? Some problems on Wheatstone network. Okay. Start. First, check whether the bridge is balanced. Is it balanced? Let me know.
No, sir.
No,
It is not balanced. Listen, it is not balanced. Therefore, can I say you have to apply normal? Listen to this. Normal KVL to the loop. Stop writing. Can I say you have to apply normal KVL to the loop ABDA? And you have to apply normal KVL to the loop BCDB and get the answer. For example, if I apply KVL to the loop ABDA, I'll get one equation. Applying KVL to the loop BCDB, I'll get other equation. Subtract and you will get the answer. So now I want you to do KVL for loop 1, KVL for loop 2, simplify the equation and get the answer. Directly give me the final answer. Sorry. answer has to be 1/11.
Sir, 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 you were telling about that. Miss, you were telling about that first check for the balancing. Miss, how will do that? Miss,
Tell me whether it is balanced or not. Is 5/10 equal to 15/20? Tell me. Is 5/10 equal to 15/20? Answer is
no,
yes
sir.
or no?
No, sir.
No. If not, start applying KVL. If
Okay.
it was equal, then IG would be 0.
Okay, that P upon Q is equals to that we have used no here.
We have to apply just to check. You can apply directly also. You don't need to apply balancing. You can directly apply KVL only, but it is always common sense to see whether bridge is balanced, because if the bridge is balanced and you apply KVL, you will also get IG as 0 with long method. But anytime you're given a Wheatstone network, always do this check first, whether this by this is equal to this by this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can I go to the next one? You can solve it and get the answer. Numbers will change. Did you understand the logic? Let us go to the next one so that you understand better.
Sir, can you just show the solution one time?
Saw it?
Yes.
Now I want all of you to solve this problem and get me the final answer. Get equation 1, get equation 2, and get the answer also. Because this time the equations are very easy to solve and get the answer. Question is this. Start. Get me the answer. And I want all of you to draw the circuit properly, get I1, get I2, get I1 plus I2, and give me the answer. It is direct, means there are no fractions, there are no decimals. You will directly get the answer. Start. You can do it in your own way. You can do your own analysis. Time limit is 3 minutes. 8:55, I want the answer. Answer 1/11. I don't think answer is 1/11. I think answer is 1 ampere. Check. Rudra, correct. Others.
Yes.
This is a direct question. There is no complication. 1/11 won't come. It is a direct question, direct substitution, two equations. 2 minus 1. One more minute, get the answer. Do it your own logic, own way. You should get the answer as well. Got it? Okay, good. Aniket has confirmed, Rudra has confirmed. Others. Malhar has done good. Vera is correct. Sharwari correct. Okay. Can we try something new? Start.
Sir, it is 30 ohms. Huh?
Come again.
In the right corner, it is 30 ohms per sentence.
First one is 30. You know, Wheatstone resistances in Wheatstone's bridge are 30, 60, 15, and a series combination of phi and x. If the bridge is balanced, calculate the value of x. There is a confusion in this kind of problem. I'll tell you why. Textbook and the JW book. Okay, first try to solve, then I'll tell you the answer. See, I'll tell you what is the confusion in the textbook and JW module. So many times if I take a Wheatstone's bridge, they are saying the resistances are 30, 60, 15. Now many times JW module takes 15 years. Yeah. But according to our textbook, you know, it is P, Q, R, S, correct? Therefore, we take 15 year. Understood? So now take it here. In the module, I'll tell you when to take 15 this side and when to take 15 this side. Now you do normally. So in the Wheatstone's network, the resistances are 30, 60, 15, and a series combination of phi and x. Tell me, series combination of phi and x means what is the series combination of phi and x? Can I say in series it will be phi plus x? Because in series resistance adds up. Therefore, can I say it is phi plus x? Now they are saying that this bridge is balanced. That means what? They are saying that the bridge is balanced. That means they are saying 30 by 60 is equal to phi plus x by 15. Correct? Because they are saying the bridge is balanced, I can set the ratio of upper resistors is equal to the ratio of below resistors. Now tell me what will be the answer for x. This is the question.
Sir,
2.5 is the answer. Getting it?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but one thing is in suspense whether to take 15 year or year. It depends on the wording. When that question comes, I'll tell you in the module. Same question. In MHCET, you will have a different option, and in JW, you will have a different option. That is the confusion between State Board and JW for this particular subject, just because of the wording. Can we go to the next one? Getting x equal to 2.5. Answer is 2.5. Answer is 2.5. Clear? X is equal to 25 for other combination. Correct. Now here also do it according to our textbooks here. 4 resistances. Everyone listen to me first. 4 resistances. 4 ohm, 4 ohm, 4 ohm, and 12 ohm. I will take it this way only. 4 ohm, 4 ohm, 4 and 12. Okay. You will have to do it with other combination also. All the problems I tell you when. They are connected to form a Wheatstone network. Find the resistance which when connected across the 12 ohm. That means there is a resistance which is connected across. That means there is a resistance which is connected in parallel to the 12 ohm resistance. And if that is done, the bridge becomes balanced. Now find the value of that unknown resistance. So first tell me, how do I solve this circuit? 12 and X are in parallel. Tell me, when resistance are connected in parallel, what is equivalent resistance?
12x upon x plus
My x is equal to
12x upon x plus 12. Everyone agrees with this. When resistances are connected in parallel, it will become 12x upon x plus 12 because 1 by RB is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Therefore, can I say I can erase this and I can write it as a single resistance of, I can erase this and I can write it as a single resistance of 12x divided by x plus 12. Now they are saying that the bridge is balanced. Therefore, can I say 4 by 4 equal to this by this? Tell me what is the value for x then. Tell me what is the value for x. Is it the answer
Thanks.
coming as 6 or is the
Yes.
answer coming as 4?
6.
4, 6.
Answer is 6. Getting it? So if you have understood, we
Sure.
have done one series logic problem and we have done one parallel logic problem into the Wheatstone network. Therefore, understanding if the bridge is balanced, what happens to the resistor is very, very important. Okay. We'll continue. Start. Here you see one thing, okay? I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. Check what they have done. You have to follow their circuit. Even though their circuit does not make any sense with current, okay? Here I3 is splitting into I1 and I2. Get the answer. Don't solve it. See whether you understand it. Here I have told you I3 equal to I1 plus I2. Then you get further and you get finally this answer. Can you try it later? You have the circuit with you. Can you try it and try to get this answer minus 0.4? Okay, try it out. Try it out. Start. Minus 0.4, Sakshi. Now first, can you say the bridge is balanced? Yes. Listen to this. Can I say the bridge is balanced? Therefore, can I say, look at the screen. If the bridge is balanced, can I say this will not participate because no current flows through this? Then can I say the circuit can be drawn as 3 and 6 in series and below that 5 and 10 in series between X and Y because the bridge has become balanced. Therefore, on the top I have 3 and 6 and bottom I have 5 and 10 because no current passes through the galvanometer resistor. I can ignore it. If I ignore it, then this to become series and bottom to become series. Therefore, it becomes an equivalent circuit. Now try to solve.
Sense.
Okay,
Done,
so
sir.
now if you try to solve, can I say 6 and 3 will give me 9? So I can get 9 over here. And 10 and 5 will be 15. I'll get 15 over here. That is my equivalent resistance. 9 and 15 in parallel. What is the answer? As simple as that. 9 and 15. What is the answer in parallel? You have to get the answer of that. As simple as that. Start.
D.
Understood the logic? Remember, if the bridge is balanced, no current will pass through this. If the bridge is balanced, no current will pass through this. Okay. Next question. Start.
Done, sir.
Done.
Done.
Done, sir.
Now, can I say this by this is equal to this by this, therefore the bridge is balanced. If the bridge is balanced, no current passes through the galvanometer, therefore that is 0. Therefore current in the arm BD will be 0. Got it? Direct. Very common question. Okay, very common question. Next one. Any
Sir.
clarifications required? Let me know. Yes.
Sir, if that the circuit wasn't balanced, then that middle one we have to take it in series or parallel to simplify the
Middle
solution.
one in series or parallel, you have to use superposition theorem. That I'll teach. Means you have to take first one loop, other loop, because this one is a common between both the loops. This one is common between both the loops. Then you have to use superposition. That I'll tell. Then in that case, they'll give you the supply value also. They'll give the supply value also in that case. Okay.
Yes.
Start. Devansh, giving me two answers. Give me one answer. Malar correct, Aniket correct, Divya correct, others try to answer. I think the answer will be A, because it will come 2 by 20,
Yes, sir.
1 by 10, and then 10. Okay, let's
Yes.
have this. Sharva, the answer will be A, not D. Just
Sir, I thought we have to arrange in series, then in parallel and check. So it will be
so if you arrange in series
2.5.
parallel, can I say this by this is equal to this by this? Can I say bridge is balanced? Therefore, the middle
Yes.
resistor won't take part. Therefore, can I say the equivalent circuit will be 10 ohm and 10 ohm on top, 10 ohm and 10 ohm down. Therefore, this will be 10, 10, 10, 10. Therefore, on the top, can I say 10 and 10 in series will become 20?
It will 20.
Over here also it will become 20. Therefore, this will become 20. Even this will become 20. And 20 and 20 in parallel. So it will become 1 by Rp equal to 1 by 20 plus 1 by 20, which will become 2 by 20, which will become 1 by 10. 1 by 10 will become 1 by Rp. Therefore, Rp will be equal to 10. 1 by Rp is 1 by 10. Therefore, Rp
Yes, sir. I got in fraction, so option was not there, so I took D.
is A. Okay. Start. See here what they are saying. For what value of unknown resistance X, the potential difference between B and D will be 0. Potential difference between B and D will be 0 means, in other words, bridge is balanced. Potential difference between B and D is 0 means potential at B equal to potential at D. Now I have to find the value of X which will balance the circuit.
Answer.
Done.
Done, sir.
Answer will be this. Tell me if all of you are getting this.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Try. First, simplify this branch, simplify this branch, simplify this branch. Then apply the logic of balancing. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Answer is B. If you want me to solve, I'll show it to you. But I'm hoping everyone is getting answer as B.
Sir, can you show the question we solved before this? Yes, sir. Done. Thank you.
I think that's about it. Hope it's from that. Now listen to me. In the next class, we will start with module current electricity 1. Also, I am going to start with something called as meter bridge. Meter bridge is one of the applications of Wheatstone only. So I will give you notes for it. That notes will help you in your practical, number 1. It will help you in your boards exam, plus it will help you in JW. So next class, when I start, please remind me to do meter bridge separately, and remaining time of the class we will do from module 1. Is it fine, all of you? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now I will see you in the next class in the next week. I think from my material, everything is over. I hope you understood today's class. It was an important class, Wheatstone plus normal loop. I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Bye, sir.
sir.